Good afternoon. I'm Candace Scalise. You're watching 21 Next. And today we are following up on a breaking news story last night about a woman who drove through a festival in downtown Harrisburg, hitting three people. We're told those three people are expected to survive, but it caused complete chaos downtown. She reportedly went around barricades, according to police, and it was just a shocking and scary event at the Kipona Festival. So today we are learning more information about this woman. This is her mugshot that we just got today. I want to bring in two reporters who are taking a deeper dive on this story and getting as much information as possible, TJ Anthony and Maxine Rose. TJ, let's start with you, and we'll just have a conversation about all of this. What have you found out so far about this woman as we look at her mugshot today?
Hey Candace, so more is being revealed today. So we do know that she is 33-year-old Elizabeth Bohrer. You're taking a look at her right there. And so we actually got more kind of revealed in this criminal complaint. You're taking a look at it right here. So officers said in it that they tried interviewing her at the scene. She was either falling asleep or bringing up some random facts that didn't apply to the case. And because of that, they do suspect that she possibly could have been driving under the influence. So I did speak to the Dauphin County District Attorney about this more. He said they did do blood work and they sent out a sample to just do more testing to see, if she was possibly under the influence during all of this. We do know also that they charged her with a couple things, including 3 counts of aggravated assault with vehicle while driving under the influence, aggravated assault of someone less than 13. And they did charge her with a few other things because, Candace, we also know that a 6-year-old was hurt in this. And according to the mayor, that 6-year-old is fighting for his life. They also have, according to the mayor, some like broken bones, a broken jaw, broken ribs. So really, wow. It was a shocking scene yesterday.
Maxine, you were there on the scene right after it happened. And I know you're speaking with people who were there as well. What have you found out?
Yeah, well, vendors are understandably extremely shaken up. You can see all of those shoes, those markers right up against some of those food trucks there. When we were there last night, I mean, many of those food trucks had remained, 5 hours afterward because everything was just completely shut down. And, you could sense there was a eerie kind of calmness there after the chaos that had just ensued, right? People are in shock. Yeah. And so I spoke with vendors about that today and what that was like for them, because we, so often talk about here when it comes to all this is not only the people, of course, who were injured, but the people who witnessed all of it. So we spoke to those people last night. Today, we're talking to the vendors and really what they're thinking, what's on their mind about, maybe a Kipona Festival next year. And currently, we're getting mixed responses. We had one person today say, I'd still go back, shockingly. I think that the city ran a really good event and there was nothing else that the city could have done. The city, of course, maintaining that today. We'll hear from them later tonight as well. But
the city's planning on carrying this festival on next year. Is that correct?
That is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Is what it sounds like. They're saying, this will not affect future events.
Yeah.
So
as we're looking at this car, this red van that this woman was driving, TJ, do you know, or have we been able to find out if this woman had a prior history of any arrests or any charges prior to this?
Yeah, and that's something that we've been digging into. We're still working to find the answers to that. I did talk to the DA about that as well. He couldn't give me any more information about that, but we are, continuing to try to just find out more about her past. It seems that she does live in the central Pennsylvania area, so we're trying to specifically find which township, which county she lives in. So just more stuff little by little is being revealed.
And are they still trying to figure out a motive?
Yeah, so they are still trying to figure out why this even happened in the first place. That was not listed in the complaint.
One of the concerns or something that people are talking about are the barricades. We've seen that posted on Facebook. Some people saying there should be barricades with water in them. There should be cement barricades.
Yeah.
Has the city said anything about that, Maxine?
Well, in a statement that I received from the city communications director today, she said, quote, I'm reading it right now off the screen, we had the proper safety measures, barriers, and personnel in place. So it doesn't seem to be, that they think there should have been something different there. I know last night I had also asked Captain Akakwa Martin, what he thinks kind of happened. Were there police officers right by the barriers last night? He said no, there weren't any police officers. They had been patrolling up and down North Front Street there. Uh, you know, so it doesn't really seem like they're saying there was something else that they should have been doing, but
Mhm.
certainly there are some questions, and that's kind of where the vendors come in here, right? Because they want to know
They
that
want to see the
where they're
festival,
going is going to be safe. So we are
certainly.
hearing from vendors saying put water in them. We are hearing make them cement,
Just
a
so
lot
they
of
can't be
people.
as moved as easily. We were
Right.
just watching that video of the ambulance and that little
Yeah.
boy being put in that ambulance to UPMC. TJ, do we know how the other victims are doing? I know there was a woman and a city worker. You said that that 6-year-old is fighting for his life. Have you gotten an update on the others?
Yeah, so I talked to the district attorney about that a little bit more. He did say that one of the victims, they were in a wheelchair at the time, so they said that their wheelchair got damaged. He did say that this will impact these victims for a while, what happened to them, but also it'll impact a lot of the witnesses too that saw just this unfold. As you can imagine, I mean,
Yeah.
this was that's just unbelievable. Just take a look at all that crime scene tape right there. I mean,
Mhm.
people went out to try to enjoy the festival, and then that's what happened.
Right.
That's what allegedly happened. So
Mm.
he did say a lot of these people will be going through some trauma.
And
Yes.
this was 6:15 last night, so it was as the festival was shutting down. It was the third day of it, and we've seen previous video that we're trying to get our hands on, essentially, of the van actually stopping, police or officials
Yes.
talking to the person driving, and then the driver just speeding off. And you see them like going down the street for blocks. I mean, they went almost the whole way down Front Street from Forester to Cranberry Street. Maxine, I know that you were working this last night. You've slept, had time to process everything. Any
Sort of.
reactions as you continue working on this story today about what you saw or heard?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Any reactions or anything you're taking from it? I know it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be there and to see everything unfolding from your eyes.
Oh, I mean, I'm grateful that I didn't actually see the moment of impact.
Mm-hmm.
I feel grateful that I was able to be there for the people who did see that
Mm-hmm.
afterward. It was heavy. It was
Yeah.
heavy. And thank God it was not worse. That's what a lot of people said. There were many people who were in the path of the driver and moved out right in time. So, we're obviously staying up to date with what's happening with the three who were injured, and it's hard to believe that that happened. And for many, it was incredibly, incredibly distressing to see that.
Yeah.
But there are people who are saying, my life was spared, my daughter's life was spared, my friend's life was spared. Um, so that has been kind of a, you know, interesting turn here, this community coming together, a lot of
Yeah.
people feeling like they have kind of moments of their life almost flashing before their eyes. A lot of
A
people
near
said, I
death
thought of my
experience.
mom,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought of my
Definitely.
kid, just all of those things.
Yeah. We'll wrap things up here. TJ, where do you have a feeling of where this investigation stands? Like, where does it go next? As you spoke to the DA today and asked, questions about who this is, and all the unanswered questions that everybody wants to know about. Do you know what's next in this?
Yeah, so the DA said right now they're really just building their case against the defendant. So we did say, like I said, they sent out that blood sample just to try to figure out what exact controlled substance that person may have been on, or what exact substance that person may have been on, rather. They did say that they have spoken to witnesses, which has been a big part of this investigation. He said there were obviously like a lot since they were all
Uh-huh.
out there. He did say that they're also right now in the process of gathering as much surveillance video as possible for this. So that's what's kind of next in terms of their case building, just getting the video. But Candace, I think it's also just important to talk about the fact that this was really the city's first big like fireworks event and festival that they put on since they stopped doing like the 4th of July fireworks and another event that they actually canceled. And things were seemingly going well over the weekend. We had a reporter out there Sunday. The fireworks show went on peacefully. Just so the fact that this happened is just very unfortunate.
It's disheartening, because everyone, the city of Harrisburg has struggled with minors getting drunk and passing out in the street, according to the police commissioner and mayor. So they implement a curfew, and then they cancel fireworks for 4th of July, but have a successful fireworks event Sunday night. They have extra police on scene, and then you have this woman who is now arrested and just causes complete chaos. So it is definitely, I think it's something tough for the city to tackle as they try to make strides to make it a family fun environment and event, and a safe one at that. Anything else that you want to add, Maxine, as you've worked on this story for about 24 hours now, a little less than that?
No, I mean, I think it's just important, obviously, for everybody to be mindful of those in the community that are dealing with this. We don't have the names of the victims at this point. We're still, like we said before, waiting on updates about their conditions. And, as TJ is kind of talking about the suspect too, I know a lot of people have commented as well, this might be someone's loved one that, may have been struggling as well. So that's definitely a conversation down the line. But of course, at this point, we are talking about those charges, and we will continue to follow up on all of that. What has happened is so unbelievable. And it's just important for the community to come together.
Yeah. TJ, real quick, before we sign off, I meant to ask you, there was a bumper sticker on this woman's car that said hella kids up in here. And I believe there was at least one car seat in the car. Do we know anything from officials about if she's a mom? Does she have kids? Did they go into that at all?
No, they did not go into detail about that. So like I said, we are still digging in just to find out more about her. And just more about her life and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I know there was a lot of people just noticing that. So we're continuing to ask questions on that. Thank you both for working on this. I know it's definitely an interest to everybody impacted and those who are just watching it, as so many of us go to Kipona Festival. So many of us enjoy street festivals downtown in Harrisburg and just, around the country. So definitely something to be vigilant about and to continue to just be thankful for every day that we're safe. Thank you both for joining us. And if you want to learn more about this, you can head to our website, cbs21.com, and our YouTube page, where we have a lot of information about everything that transpired. And we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Thank you, guys.